Welcome back to the SMT Media Network. I came across this article. It was shared to me by a friend, and I want to discuss it with you all. And I think it does a really good job of explaining how challenging and difficult it was during the Kobe era. And I don't want the message to be misconstrued, and I don't want things to be kind of taken out of context. So definitely, before you drop your comments, listen to everything that I have to say within this video first. This article cites a prominent NBA agent at the time that Kobe Bryant was still in the league, although be it from a time when Kobe was in the twilight of his career, had already been kind of progressed through his peak and his prime and all those kind of things. But the reason why this is important is this agent was speaking on his clients and how they reportedly didn't want to play with Kobe during his final seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers. According to the unnamed agent, not cited specifically but referenced, players were reluctant and hesitant to join Kobe on the Lakers due to the intense scrutiny and potential to become, quote, media scapegoats if they played with Kobe and didn't perform to his incredibly high standards, or if they challenged his position as the team's leader or what have you. They cited players like Pau Gasol, Dwight Howard, and others, including Andrew Bynum. The agent suggested that it creates some sort of a toxic environment that made things difficult for the Lakers to attract players and retain those players even after they acquired them. I think something has to be acknowledged here, and it's got to be mentioned. Kobe's greatness is unquestionable. I don't think that's an issue. I don't think anybody has any problems with that. The Mamba mentality is well documented. It's about a standard of excellence. It's about hard work. It's about the determination and will to win. In fact, very specifically, all of Kobe's teammates understood that this was how things were. Everybody speaks glowingly of Kobe now. If anybody's going to speak low of Kobe, I think it's probably driven by some kind of an axe to grind, possibly. I don't know. But Kobe's intense pursuit of greatness from a team achievement standpoint was his priority. And you can't win championships if everybody's not on board, moving in the same direction to the same cadence. Players like Dwight Howard have spoken about this publicly. They were at phases in their career where they weren't ready to make that dedication. The things that Kobe, if you guys remember the whole thing with Shaq, I mean, Kobe publicly called Shaq fat and lazy. Publicly to reporters and having these discussions about him. Is that toxic? Absolutely. But it's an indication that Kobe was demanding greatness and excellence from his teammates. And if you weren't doing that, you were against him. You were against the team's mission to win. The goal to win championships is a commendable one. Everybody wants to win. Some players like Kobe wanted to win at all costs. Literally his health was on the line. When he played, broken hands, fingers, shoulders, Achilles, an insatiable appetite to win. But it's a reminder that not all players have this. Andrew Bynum didn't have that same desire. Andrew Bynum, I remember him with the Cavs. It was a paycheck. Dwight Howard, he was a clown. He was a jokester. Kobe didn't like that. Anybody who was serious about winning was not going to appreciate those things about those guys. But it's a stark reminder that there are levels to this. There's levels to winning. There's levels to greatness. There's levels to drive. The great players have it. And then everybody else is somewhere else, right? And as a leader, you try to bring them to that level. You try to convince them, look, buy in, we can do this. We can achieve this. That's what Kobe's standard was. This article, in my opinion, is not to drive Kobe's toxicity. It's to drive Kobe's dedication to winning, and how some players just simply did not have it. All the great players show these kind of characteristics. We saw this with MJ. I'm sure it was a thing with Magic and all these other guys. I don't think any of that is really crazy to think. But Kobe was unique. Kobe was a very intellectual player. He was a really smart, intelligent player. He was a very capable player. Nobody worked harder than him. The skill, the talent, it all came together. That's how you get 5 championships. That's the same characteristics and qualities you see with Magic and Kareem and LeBron and MJ and all the greats. Hakeem Olajuwon, Wilt Chamberlain. They characterize those same things. They all have those qualities. But this article pinpoints something really important. Not everybody's built like this. And sometimes what may be viewed as toxicity is actually just a standard. Especially when it comes to the players in that era at the end of Kobe's career. They weren't really willing to cope and deal with those things. Most of these guys in the NBA, and it didn't matter 2014 or 2025, they want to be rich. They don't necessarily prioritize winning as much as a guy like Kobe did. In fact, that's probably a separator between the great ones and the regular ones. And that's not throwing shade. But I think it's important to note that part of Kobe's legacy is his insatiable appetite for winning. Team success was, in his eyes, personal success. They were paired. And I think that's probably the best way to approach a game where you play to win. And the ultimate win is a championship win. Yeah, this is not to condemn Kobe's Mamba mentality. This is not to put down Kobe's demeanor or standards or whatever. It actually is, I think, an indictment on the lack of those things by other players. And this is what made Kobe special. This is a great article. You guys should read it. I'll link it in the description. Thanks for watching and listening. Like, share, subscribe, check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.